he has the advantage where, like, since he plays so good in the cold weather that whenever it doesn't matter where he plays. Like, he plays awesome in domes. He plays great outside. He's just like the bionic. He's the universal soldier. The Jean-Claude Van Damme of football is Aaron Rodgers.
Oh no, he's great. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Buffalo can drop this game, or Green Bay can drop this game and still be in the NFC Championship. And I'm not saying Green Bay is I'm not saying Buffalo's a better team, but any given Sunday, that's my upset pick. Because Buffalo plays like they don't give a crap. They're supposed to lose, so they don't care. They're never down. They play you all the way to the end of the game.
Yeah.
They just don't stop. It's like you're supposed to lose. Yeah, we know that. That's why we're giving you everything we got, because we don't care. Now let's go ahead and throw this third down bomb. Oh, my God, we made it. Touchdown. Who does that?
Hey, that's how the Jags are.
Yeah, but the Bills have been able to put it together. Because the Bills have a halfway decent defense, too, now. They're middle-of-the-pack defense. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. That's my upset. Everybody's got their upset. That's mine. I'm going to go with the Bills. Tampa Bay at Carolina. Cam Newton is out.
Yeah. Man, you see that truck of his?
Yep.
I guess I don't know, he did the kind of same injury that Tony Romo had.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
he's lucky he's alive after that. They said that
his car flipped like 3 times.
They said the guy was 72 years old, ran the light there and just
took him out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, took him out. Well, I'm going to still pick the Panthers because their backup is pretty badass.
I'm picking the Buccaneers. I'm picking them to come through.
You got the Bucs.
Yep. They're due for a win.
Let's see, Cincinnati at Cleveland. The Battle of Ohio. Johnny Football.
Yep, I picked the Browns. I went with it.
Is behind center, and I'm going to jump on the Johnny Football bandwagon with you.
Yep, I said.
I got to, man. I got to.
Show me the
Me
money.
too, I'm there.
Yep.
And I hope
That's going to be so much hype on that game.
I hope he just freaking rips them, and I hope it's a high-scoring game, and I hope he puts up great numbers, and I hope he rushes for a bunch, and I hope everybody looks at the coach and say, "Are you serious? 15 freaking games into the season, now you play your number 1 draft choice, you dumbasses." But you know what? I think there's a method to their madness, and here's my theory. And it might be brilliant because I really do have a lot of respect for Cleveland's coach. I read up a bunch of stuff on him. He's an old school disciplinarian, and I think Johnny Football came in there. I think Johnny Football came in thinking he was the bee's knees, and when you have a young kid who thinks he's already made it, sometimes a little bit of humble pie served properly can actually make him better. And I think sitting on the sidelines for 15 weeks was just killing him. So I think it's actually made him better.
Killing fans too.
I think that it was good for him though. I mean, you got to think at Texas A&M, the offense he ran was basically like predicated off of him improvising on plays. So he never really had to stand under center and take a snap and make all the reads. It was kind of like 1-2 take off. Yeah. I think for 15 weeks, being able to watch film, being able to learn blocking schemes, picking up his own blitzes, hot routes, stuff like that. Well, he learned so much in 15 weeks that it's benefited him being able to sit on the bench, not just attitude-wise, but understanding the offense and being able to read a defense.
And that too. But you don't hear any stories about him going out late night, being in Vegas on week offs. All that kind of stuff kind of calmed down a little bit. And there's reports that they see him on campus a lot more now, in the film rooms with the offense, studying. In the NFL, you haven't made it till you made it. No one gives a crap about you, what you did in college. The public does, and the writers do, and ESPN and all the guys in the Fox 1 Sports and all that stuff kind of make a big deal out of it. But when you walk into that NFL locker room, all those guys that have paid the price, that fight week after week for their jobs, that didn't get either walked on as free agents or came in on lower parts of the draft and have busted their butts, they're not impressed. And they're gonna stand behind a guy that's with them, that's gone through what they've gone through, more than they're going to stand by some prima donna that's walked in. Case in point, RG3.
Yeah, well, they also said RG3 doesn't put in the time at all.
He doesn't put in the time, and he doesn't. Nobody's accepted him there. The team hasn't accepted him.
Did you hear what he did the last practice? He punted for 45 minutes to himself. They talked about, there was this young reporter did an article about him, and she got ripped for it. Coach come out and says, anybody believes that's an amateur? That's an amateur report, and she was right on the money. She
called it.
RG3, she was the first one to scoop it. All the other players, it's like I was listening to Colin Cowherd. He's talking about how, you want to see some guy that's 58 years old that always looks like he's pissed off, or do you want to see some hot-looking chick come in there and, asking for a story? Well, the guys are going to talk to her. Mm-hmm. And they talked to her and told her that he doesn't get along with everybody. He
doesn't get along with anybody, not even the coach.
The coach doesn't even like him, but the coach went and called her a liar. And, he just made himself look like a dipshit when you do that.
Yeah, because now he's basically backing up what she said.
Yeah. He knew at that time when he come out with that.
But as a coach, if I'm a head coach, my first gut reaction is to protect the team.
Oh, of course.
And
if the owner,
and you have Dan Snyder too.
Yeah, and if the owner,
that's your owner's quarterback.
Exactly.
Like, I remember reading that article, and she's 100% spot on. But at the same time, in that situation, it's like when what's his name? When Mike Gundy freaked out because that one reporter wrote an article about Bobby Reed when he was quarterback at OSU, and it wasn't that bad, but that was that "I'm a man, I'm 40" speech, and he just freaked out on her to protect his quarterback, even though what she was saying was true. I guess since RG3's already lost the locker room, it's kind of weird. But 4 or 5 weeks ago, or whenever this happened, and that story wasn't all the way out, and people weren't confirming it. Like he risks losing the locker room if he sells his quarterback out.
Exactly.
To the media like that.
Exactly. So I don't.
And then especially when you just got that job and crazy ass Daniel Snyder is your owner, I don't know what I would do. You're walking on eggshells all the time.
Yeah, and it's the same. It's the same situation in Dallas. And I know you Dallas Cowboys fans out there aren't going to want to hear this, but nobody wants to cross Jones, and unfortunately,
and the GM too.
And unfortunately, Tony Romo has just been just good enough to be just good enough to give your owner and GM an argument, and he ain't the guy. I don't care what you say. With an offensive line like that, you should be going to Super Bowls.
But you know that they also say the same thing about the McCaskey family that owns Chicago?
Well, of course. And the Ford family that owns Detroit. I mean, you
look at the Bears. The Bears have only gone to the playoffs 5 times in the last 23 years.
Hey, you fired your last coach that took you to a playoff.
Yeah, well, and
to a Super Bowl. He took you to a Super Bowl and you fired him. I mean, that's
look at the quarterback they had. They didn't think he was good enough, but he takes you to a Super Bowl, and I'm like, how can you say the quarterback's not good enough, but he's able to get you to a Super Bowl? You didn't win it because you were up against Peyton Manning, but still, I mean, you had a pretty damn good team.
Well, also, but the problem with Rex Grossman, he was never the guy either, though, to get you over the hump consistently. Because when he was good, he was like a 90 or higher quarterback rating, and when he was bad, he was like.
It was really bad.
Lower.
What's Cutler? Bad. What's Cutler for me? I'm a Bears fan. What's Cutler? When he's bad,
that's true.
He is bad.
Sure, but the digression of Jay Cutler's been 3 years coming. Rex Grossman was always like that. Once he left Florida, once he was done with college, he was pretty much up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Super extreme. Chad Hutchinson extreme.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's take a break, guys, and we'll come back and finish this discussion. I have Joe Huggy Bear Huggins on the Ring Central Celebrity Hotline, and Matt Hazley from Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. We'll be back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. You're listening to the Armed Radio Global Network, and you're on the air.
Savino Wine Preservation System is wine preservation glassware. Savino is an easy-to-use wine preservation system that allows you to enjoy your favorite wines anytime without waiting for an occasion. Open any bottle with confidence, knowing that you can enjoy the full original flavor of Tuesday's wine on Saturday. For more information, visit us at www.savinowine.com. Today's wine, tomorrow.
Uh-oh, I think I've been seduced. I went online to seduceme.com and I found the latest and hottest shoe trends. What makes me a seducer? I'm confident, classy, sexy, comfortable in my own skin. I'm a lover of shoes and style, and I have a sharp eye for design. seduceme.com is delighted and dedicated in selling the trendiest and most fashionable must-have shoes and accessories. Get seduced now. Go to shoeduceme.com.
Are you looking to buy prescription eyeglasses? Family-owned and operated iframepros.com is your online store for prescription eyeglasses. Select the eyewear of your choice from our variety of frames, fill out the prescription information, and place your order in no time. After this quick and easy process, you'll receive your prescription glasses in a few days. All major credit cards accepted. Visit us at iframepros.com. That's EYEFramePros.com. See what you are missing.
Trust Princeton Fuel in Arlington to help you avoid the Montreal Express this winter. Their professionals will attend to your every heating need, whether it's oil delivery, new heating systems, or maintenance and repair. Family owned and operated for over 25 years. Located at 46 Frost Street in Arlington. Call Princeton Fuel at 781-643-0058 now. And don't get left out in the cold.
Online auctions are great money savers if you can actually win them. Well, that's what BetThisBid.com is changing. Click your media player now to check out BetThisBid.com. The number of bidders is limited, and every auction has two winners, either a random or second highest bid winner. Get the hottest electronics, jewelry, and lots more, all brand new, shipped free at prices way below retail. Check out BetThisBid.com. We're sure you'll like your odds better at BetThisBid.com.
Who's the candy man? Why, Brian Smiley, of course. Brian Smiley Candy Company. There you'll find aisles and aisles of every candy imaginable. Brian Smiley Candy Company is located at 35 Industrial Parkway in Woburn, Massachusetts. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 p.m. or call them at 781-935-1660. Brian Smiley is the candy man.
Hi, now I know you hear Joe Rocks on their weekly restaurant reviews on Night Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern. And boy, these two like to eat. Right, boys? Well, here's something to review right from your house. Eat24. That's right, Eat24.com. With over 25,000 restaurants for you to choose from when you're hungry. Many in your area. So review that, boys. Eat24.com. Click, order, and eat. Eat24.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Today's show brought to you by Eat24.com. Go to Eat24.com, put in your zip code. They will find a restaurant near you that'll bring food right to your door. When you're on a business trip, download the free app to your Android or iPhone. Again, just put in your zip code or whatever city you're in. They'll find you. So when everybody's sitting in the meeting, they got 30 minutes for lunch. they're scrambling around trying to run down to the store and grab something and come back. They'll be running out, and your food